Hey guys, Teresa here. Welcome back to my channel, Lost My Thread. It is time for my 2024 Spring Camimade Greatest Hits. Whenever it's a new season, I do like to look back at what Camimades I was wearing the most in the previous season. I have a spreadsheet where I keep track, but there are definitely things that I know that I'm reaching for again and again, and I'm sure you guys can relate. There are things, whether they're old favorites or new pieces that are really just taking the spotlight in your wardrobe. What I want to do is pull out a few of those top makes, things that I've been wearing the most in the spring, and try and pick out the trends to help myself to plan going forward. I'm going to start with an old favorite. The dress that I'm wearing now is the Mayfair Dress by Nina Lee. I made this in a double brushed poly fabric, DBP fabric that I got from Melanated Fabrics. The print is absolutely beautiful. It's incredible. The colors on it are fabulous. Now, DBP is a fabric that I do not have easy access to in the UK. There are a few suppliers, but I generally don't love the prints that I see, and it's really a printed DBP that I'm drawn to the most, particularly for this kind of dress. I feel like it is the perfect fabric for this dress. There are so many beautiful details on this. I love that it's a nice maxi length. I feel like that gives me good coverage. Springtime in the UK where I live is definitely on the colder end most of the days. Occasionally we'll have like a really hot week, but on the whole I need to be warm, and this keeps me warm being a maxi dress. The double brush poly I would say is a really good fabric as far as like not getting you too overheated because of the brush nature, the pile of the fabric, but it also does keep you warm enough on the cooler days if you've got a coat over the top, if you've got socks and boots underneath. But I can also wear this with flats for work. It's a beautiful collar detail that I feel like is really hard to describe, but it's like a kind of a faux collar that comes around, and I feel like it's a really nice shape on there, really nice depth of the V. There's a waist tie with a bit of gathering just at the front of the waist, which I feel like is really nice and really forgiving if you're a bit bloated or if you've eaten a bit more, put on a little bit of weight. I feel like it's just a dress that looks good all the time. I feel really elegant and beautiful in this dress. I love wearing it for work. I love wearing it out. This is not the first time that I have mentioned this dress. I was also wearing this a ton in the winter. I have made another version of this dress in a cotton jersey fabric that I really just don't wear, and I think the fabric really is the main thing. So the cotton jersey fabric, it doesn't have the same drape to it. The double brush poly is quite drapey and has nice movement, but also it's just so super soft. It has really great stretch and recovery. I feel like I do want to have more Nina Lee Mayfair dresses in my wardrobe, but I want to wait until I get the right fabric. I have been finding that a lot of the drapier jersey fabric, so like viscose jersey, bamboo jersey, modal jersey, they don't tend to wash and wear that well. I feel like they just look kind of rough and worn and kind of bobbly, but I don't feel that way with this double brush poly. This literally looks exactly how it did when I first bought it. I even have a piece of the original fabric and it has not changed. And so I feel like I'm probably just gonna wait until I can get my hands on the right DBP to make another version of this dress, which in reality is probably gonna be the next time I visit my family in the States, which might not be until next year. But main thing is this dress is so good for this kind of transitional weather, in addition to being really good for the winter. It's definitely a big favorite of mine, and it's something that I'll just keep in mind for future planning when I do go to the States. Now, this dress I made in 2021, so it's been having love for a few years now, but this dress that I want to talk about next has actually been in my wardrobe since 2019. This is the Sallie maxi dress from Sinclair Patterns. This is a part of the Sallie jumpsuit, and I have made both. This maxi dress, I like the maxi length. I feel like it's really working for me in that kind of still a bit cool but getting a bit warmer weather where I don't need to necessarily wear tights under there. I don't necessarily need to worry about shaving my legs, but I have good coverage and it's keeping me warm. This one has some nice big side slits on there. There's an elastic waist, so again, you've got a little bit of gathering, which I feel like is just forgiving and really comfortable. I did do a hack of the neckline, the V neckline, which is on the Sinclair website. I think the biggest one for this one, I mean, definitely the shape and the comfort and wearability of this dress is really key, but the fabric is just so good. And now I will say, this is a cotton jersey I got from So Me Sunshine. I don't know if you're gonna see, it is definitely worn. It's seen better days. So, you know, this has a white back and you can see some of the white fibers coming through. There's areas that are kind of like brushed up and slightly bubbled up. but I still wear it because I really love it. I really, really do love the print, and I get compliments on this still whenever I wear it. And I know that it's something that I have been thinking of in the back of my mind that I need to get into my wardrobe. I think the biggest takeaway for me is maxi dresses, how much I'm enjoying maxi dresses, maybe not for the summer, but for the spring, for the fall, and potentially into the winter, depending on the type of fabric and depending on the sleeves. But this one for sure is such a great one to wear in the spring, and I know that it's one that I will continue to wear, but I need to find some more good jersey fabrics that have beautiful prints that I want to use. This one I think is definitely fine for a cotton jersey, but I need to just keep my eyes peeled. If you guys do have any suggestions of whether it's like a specific brand of fabric that does a really good drapey jersey fabric, or even just a nice like cotton jersey fabric that you feel like washes and wears well over time, please do let me know, or even links to specific fabrics, specifically UK or maybe EU depending on shipping, but I would say the UK is probably where I'm going to be looking for the most. And it's interesting because I do know that in general I tend to wear a lot more woven fabrics. I sew with wovens, I wear wovens, but something about a jersey dress in the cooler days definitely appeals to me. So I need to just revisit that idea, maybe look for some other patterns. Again, pattern suggestions, very welcome. Specifically, I think I'm looking for maxi jersey dresses, but the ones that I have are definitely good ones, so I do need to repeat them. I have one more item of clothing that was a big hit in my winter wardrobe that has continued along in the spring, and that is these Jude Jeans by Closet Core Patterns. I thoroughly expected these to continue to get worn, and they very much were a huge staple in my wardrobe. So these trousers are either in like a full flared version or more of a boot cut. These are the boot cut ones that I went for. I really love the 70s styling with the patch pockets on the front and the back, the super high waist. I feel like it very much keeps in the idea, my vision of where I would like my wardrobe to go. If you watch my Me Made May videos, you'll probably know exactly what I mean. Being a corduroy fabric, they're definitely a little bit more of that 70s edge, and I think they are super cool. I do feel like though I could really just wear a pair of these in a whole variety of fabrics, a whole variety of colors, and pretty much be set on those colder days where I don't even want to wear a skirt. I want to make sure that my legs are fully covered up. These are just so easy to throw on, and being stretch fabric, they are just so comfortable as well. So I do think probably making more of these with this boot cut version in stretch cotton twill would be really useful. Possibly some more corduroy ones. I did mention in the winter I would like to make a denim pair of these, but I don't think that they would be as versatile in my wardrobe. But in general, they are a really fun pair of trousers, and the color is just such a good one for my wardrobe. I wouldn't have bought this color just on its own. I went to Sew Me Sunshine hoping to get more of like a deep chocolatey brown color. They didn't have that. They had this, and it's like a khaki greeny brown color. And actually I was telling myself this color is so in my palette that if I got it, I bet I would be able to wear it a ton. And this is like the perfect neutral bottoms for me. The color is perfect. The style, like I said, really does fit with other things that I'm really loving wearing. I need more Jude jeans, and I need to figure out other fun fabrics to make them in. Suggestions always welcome. I also have one that is technically new but feels like an old favorite, which is this skirt. This is the Peppermint Pocket Skirt designed by Paper Theory for Peppermint Magazine. This is the same skirt that I've made before, but just in a different color, so even the same fabric. This is made in a viscose linen noil fabric, viscose linen slub fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. I love, love, love the raspberry pink color. It's so bright, it's so happy, and it goes with quite a lot that I have in my wardrobe. I enjoy pairing it with more red tones, but also more with like greens and blues. It's a really good one for me, and it's definitely been a big hit so far. I knew I was gonna love this skirt because I had loved the first version so much, and it really has just been my new like go-to. I'm still wearing the green one, but the pink one has just pipped it to the post. Now this is one place where I am conscious that I really like wearing skirts in the spring, in the summer, in the fall, but I don't feel like I have enough of them, particularly in solids. So I did talk about in my summer sewing plans, I have plans to make a solid skirt, solid print, solid fabric skirt, and that is for that reason. So this is a skirt that I've been wearing a ton, but I don't think it's necessarily just because of the style or the fabric. I think it's just the fact that it's like a decent length skirt, which is just really useful for me. So I'll be curious to see when I have other skirts in my wardrobe if I will still reach for this one as much, but It's super fun. It has really big, lovely pockets. It swooshes around really beautifully. I've also made a top that matches, so I think that's what's going to be in the photos. I don't necessarily wear them together though, and this skirt has definitely gotten a lot of wear on its own. I need more skirts. I'm excited to get more skirts. I have plans for more, and I think this one is definitely going to continue to be a hit throughout the summer months. And then I have two more like layering pieces, and they both kind of took me by surprise by how much I've really enjoyed wearing them. The first one is this sweater. So this is the Sinclair Patterns Harper Cardigan, free pattern by Sinclair Patterns, in this really wonderful, it's like a viscose sweater knit fabric. I got it from the Pigeon Wishes stall at the Stitch Festival. It was a remnant. So you can see even from the back, it looks like it's been properly knitted. I made this largely as the pattern is designed, but I did hack it by changing the sleeve to more of a bishop sleeve. That was a really simple hack to do. I just slashed and spread at the bottom of the sleeve, and then I just gathered it into the cuff, and I feel like it worked really well. Because this is a print, I slightly worried that I might not wear it a load. So like I said, I wanted solid colored skirts because I wear a lot of patterned tops. And so I thought, well, is this cardigan really gonna get worn a lot? I love the fabric, I love the colors of it. So it's like a cute fruity print, but I feel like it's a slightly more grown-up fruity print. It's not too cutesy, which I really like. The colors, again, are very much in my current wardrobe, the kinds of things that I'm wearing. And I was so surprised with how much I love wearing this with so many of my clothes. It goes over really quite a lot, surprisingly a lot, whether it's a pattern top or more of a solid. And I feel like the colors in it are just so perfect. Definitely giving that slightly 70s style as well. And the print on it is just so much fun. I do also really love the fact that it's got that nice full sleeve. I've mentioned this before in the past with other similar sleeves, but I feel like when you have a nice big gathering around the sleeve and you've got a lot of fullness and room within the sleeve, it's perfect for pairing with your tops and blouses that have more of a statement sleeve as well. It's awful when you've got like a really nice big full sleeve that then gets completely squashed inside a tighter sleeve, a tighter sweatshirt, coat, etc. But this having a lot more room in the sleeve means that I put my nice big bishop sleeve underneath this and it comes out looking perfect. It's definitely a sweater that I would like to make again. I would possibly size up the body in future versions. It's not meant to wrap over the front and it doesn't, but I feel like I wouldn't mind it being just a slightly more oversized. Oh, the other difference I made is this meant to have a hemband and I didn't have enough of this binding to go around it, but I also really like the look without the hemband, so I just folded it up a couple of times and stitched it down, which I think worked really well. It is really comfortable and cute and surprisingly versatile. This one has been a really great one to add to my spring wardrobe. And the final piece that has been really useful is this jacket. So this is the West End jacket. I cannot remember the name of the designer. I'll pop it up on the screen. This is another Peppermint Magazine pattern. This is something that I made for So Frugal using all scrap fabrics. So it's made from a whole load of corduroy scraps, including the Jude Jeans that I showed you guys earlier. I do like to sew with a lot of corduroy. The thing that's been really fun about this jacket is that when I'm wearing all the individual pieces that make up elements of this jacket, it's going to match and it's going to match perfectly. I have been getting such a big kick out of wearing this with my Jude jeans and my corduroy bestie bag from BF Patterns that matches as well. It's been really fun, and these colors are definitely the colors that I tend to wear, but they're more on the neutral side, I would say. So even some of the colors that aren't exactly the same, it contrasts really nicely against those tones, and it's one that I really enjoy just having this little extra layer of. So it's definitely more of like a lighter weight jacket than a heavy coat, and I actually don't have a ton of lightweight jackets in my wardrobe. The only one I've got is the Pona jacket by Helen's Closet, but that's in a linen fabric and it's really not very warm. So this one is a good kind of intermediate when it's a little bit chilly and you want a light layer but you don't necessarily want to have too much. It's been so perfect. I've been reaching for it loads. What this has been making me think about is actually how much I would like to have a denim jacket in my wardrobe. I used to have denim jackets. I've had them over my, throughout the years in my life, but not recently. And wearing this has almost kind of been like a, you know, putting my toes in the water of, actually, I think I would like the style and the shape of having a denim jacket. And I think that's something that I want to think about in the future. With regards to this jacket, I did do a lot to be able to get the pieces that I could out of this. So I added a front yoke to the front, and I added a seam going down the center front. And I feel like that honestly made it look more like intentionally scrappy, and I'm glad that I did that, and I feel like it improved the look overall for me. I also made a pointed collar where the original design had a rounded collar, but I will say, like, the sizing was spot on. It came together really nicely. It's definitely a jacket that I would recommend, but I would probably play around with the design just to make it my own in the future as well. Now, as far as anything that I feel like is particularly missing from my spring wardrobe, I think the one that stands out to me is jumpsuits. I mentioned this when I was looking back at my winter wardrobe as well, but most of the jumpsuits I have are really more for like the warm summery weather. They're not really going to work when it's still pretty cold, which often it is in the spring in the UK. So I feel like I need to just expand my options, think a little bit more broadly, maybe do a little bit of pattern hacking to figure out some nice jumpsuits that have maybe a longer sleeve, or things that are maybe with a warmer fabric that I can use. So watch this space. I feel like I am gonna have a jumpsuit kick coming on soon because it's very much been on my radar. Now, in addition to the maxi dresses that I've been really enjoying wearing, I feel like I would really appreciate having some maxi skirts. I don't have any maxi skirts in my wardrobe at the moment, and I feel like that is a style and a look that I would really enjoy wearing, but also if they were quite loose and comfortable, they'd be really nice and easy to throw on, either in solids or in like a ditzy floral, I think would also be really nice. So that's something I'll be thinking about for spring next year. I am feeling generally happy though with where my wardrobe is at the moment. I would love to hear if there was a garment that stood out to you that maybe you'd like to try for yourself that you think would be useful for you. I would also love to hear what you were reaching for the most in the spring. I appreciate we're all coming from different parts of the world, so we're all going to have quite different weathers, but I think it's more just thinking around that kind of intermediate transitional weather going from the cold to the hot. There are definitely certain types of garments that are really useful to have, and if you have specific patterns or specific fabrics that you work with that you think are really great for the time of year, please do let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed hearing all about my spring roundup, the things I was wearing the most. I'm already starting to notice some trends of things I'm wearing this summer and look forward to reflecting back those to you guys in a few months' time. Thank you so much for watching. Please do give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you want to see upcoming videos, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!